Oh, sorry about what happened last time. I don't know what the echo was. Hopefully, it's not as bad this time. This time we have co-host with us. If there is an echo, please let me know. I don't know what's going on. And I did send something out to the group. If anybody else can send them out to groups that I haven't hit before, it would be appreciated. And with that being said, Gladys, you want to let everybody know a little bit about yourself?
Hi everybody, I'm Gladys Ramos. Been selling on eBay since 2007. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful girls, and that's it. There's not much to tell.
Everybody's saying it was still bad. I don't know. Huh.
You have like headphones or anything? Or no?
I know it's gone because you're not there. I was here. Sorry about the echo. I don't know what it is tonight. I really want to get this episode out, but I want everybody out doing it. The only other thing is I can. Yeah.
She's not. You guys are.
I haven't changed that up. That's the problem. Because I always do.
There. Now is it echoing?
I'm not hearing your echo.
See? I muted her. Somehow it's on her end.
Huh. So
That's why I
Gladys,
was wondering.
your end. Yeah, your end. Gladys just, he just muted her.
That's why I was saying the green lights on the side are lighting up on her side when we talk. That's why I was wondering if she had headphones or earbuds or something like that. It would take that echo away.
Okay, let's
Wait. You have to unmute yourself, Gladys.
shout at you. Oh. Yeah. You just gotta click the unmute button, Gladys.
There you
Okay.
go.
Is that better for everybody? Please let us know.
Yeah, I don't hear it now.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you hear it? Yep. Yeah, it was you all along, Gladys.
Everybody saying they could hear me just fine.
Oh, now we know what. Okay, well, let me start over and say thanks for being here. Thanks for dealing with my issues. Tonight we were talking with Gladys about product identifiers and a little bit about the eBay rules. And I don't know if they heard what you said earlier about when you started reselling, so want to repeat yourself?
Sure. I've been selling on eBay since 2007. I'm a top-rated seller, power seller, mother of 2, single. I like long walks on the beach. Really, there's not much to tell other than I've been on eBay since 2007.
Oh, that answered my very first question about when you got started.
Okay.
And what is your area of expertise in reselling?
Vintage collectibles.
Okay. And besides eBay, do you sell on any other platforms?
Yeah, I sell on Bonanza and Amazon.
Okay.
What the?
I know. I also wife. I don't know why she laughed.
Oh.
Oh, she just heard the long walk on the beach line.
Oh, okay.
The lag.
Uh, little delay.
Well, with your business, do you have help or do you do it by yourself?
One man show right here.
Wow. Okay. Anything going on in the comments, Sean? Any shout outs you want to make for sort of why to my personal
You
question?
got what we got? Let's see. We have for take two. We have a nose picker. We have Beyond the Awning, Oscar Beck, Texas Gal Treasures, Monet Court, Turtle Trader has decided to show up early this time. And let's see. Then we were just talking about the Echo, and we got it figured out. And Turtle Trader says, "Is this a costume contest?" No, I always have my hat on. Um,
I don't think I hit all the groups like I normally do on the second one.
okay.
I said I made the comment. If anybody wanted to put a link out to the groups, please do it. There's some more viewers. I know a couple of groups that I'm not a member of got the link of the early show. So,
Yeah. Hopefully they find it.
well, if not, we'll give the ones that are here the knowledge that they need.
Yeah. There's also I'm hoping I say this right. Drainy Swanson. I do apologize if I murdered your name. Trader Grim hashtag Grimaldo Man is in the house. What's up, Coco Channel? Coco Chanel. Sorry, Chanel is in the house.
Drini, I
Dreamy.
just see a question
Okay.
from Drini Swanson. I have 1,450 something items listed.
True. Nice.
And then Turtle Trader's asking how many boxes are behind you.
As of right now, so 48 over here and another 21 over here. And we're not going to count what's in the rest of the place.
Well, I think Monet answered that question when it's 1,500.
Yeah.
And do you have a YouTube channel?
I'm working on a training one that's called Just Ask Gladys. So if you guys want to hop on there and subscribe to it, I will be having educational material on there for eBay, Bonanza, Amazon, stuff like that. Social media.
Yeah, I know you've done a couple of things with Cindy Sorley on a combination of your group and her group, or her group and
Yeah.
her group.
Yeah, I've done stuff with Cindy and the eBay Stores group, Catherine Terrell and John Lawson.
Okay. And do you sell offline too, or are you strictly online?
Strictly online.
Okay. And do you have any special long-term goals that you are striving to meet?
Besides the educational part, because I have two separate goals.
Both goals are goals anyway, so.
Yeah. I'm gonna start my start doing store reviews for eBay stores and coaching for eBay stores. That's one of my goals. That's why I'm starting up the channel and the Facebook page for Just Ask Gladys. So be on the lookout for that. And for personal selling goals, to be on FBA soon, like maybe by next week, because I've been dragging my feet on that one. I'm selling on merchant fulfilled, but I really need to get onto FBA.
Okay. Any other questions, Sean?
Nope.
Any comments?
Nope.
Okay. And I'm stealing one of Sean's questions, but reworded. Do you have a Holy Grail item that you're looking for to resell or that you want to keep?
The Holy Grail? Oh man. That would have to be. I'm a gamer by nature. That's like my thing. So I hoard video games. I do sell some, but yeah. I'm gonna have to say video games and the systems. I do have a little bit of a collection. Just a
Is
bit.
there a specific game?
Specific game? Oh, well, the stadium game obviously would be
Well,
one of
yeah.
them. That's like a dream, right?
Yeah.
Um, unfortunately, I don't
Stadium
think that one's gonna.
events.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? I don't think that one's gonna happen though.
Yeah.
Geez, you know, I had the Nintendo Mario Brawl game, and I sold it on Amazon for
Oh,
$400. So yeah, that one was hard to let go.
yeah.
When I have to keep an eye out for it on the yard sales.
Yeah, I'm still looking. You never know.
True. You might find that same one. Never know.
That's right. Get another $400 for it, right?
There you go.
And have you ever made a costly mistake and had to recover?
A costly mistake and had to recover. No, I don't think I have. Not even with shipping. I don't think I've ever had to eat anything. I usually either make my money back or triple or quadruple it, or some crazy I.
So whenever everybody makes a mistake, we know one person that has made a costly one.
No, if I'm not 100% sure, I'm just gonna walk away. I'd rather walk away than to buy something. I'm pretty cheap when it comes to picking.
Okay. And do you have a certain routine of reselling, or just wing it?
What do you mean routine?
Like, do you go to certain stores? Do you go to...
Oh yeah, I mean we all go to like Goodwill and Savers and any little mom and pop thrift stores, garage sales. You can find merchandise anywhere. Craigslist, estate sales.
Well, we just answered Joyce Barberry's question. She asked, where does Gladys do her sourcing?
Yep.
Well, since we already moved through my personal questions, okay, we have Oscar's asking, can you link your Facebook and channel? So, if you're in the chat, Gladys, you can just do what you did in the last episode, before we screwed up. You can just type in your hi or whatever.
Okay.
And they can subscribe right over your name.
Yeah, just put your cursor over the name, and then it'll pop up the page, and then you can hit subscribe from there.
Yep, I already did that the first time around.
Yeah.
I was the first one to subscribe.
Oh,
Yeah, when I clicked on it, it says no subscribers yet.
very cool.
Okay, well, that we went through. If there's any other personal questions that you guys have for Gladys, please send them with the word question ahead of time so Sean can find them and post them here for us. And I will just start on our topic. And we will be doing some screen shares during this, so I don't know, Gladys, if you want to get that ready since you volunteered to do the screen share.
Sure. We'll get that ready. Hold on. Is it up yet?
I'm not seeing it yet.
Let's give it a few seconds here. This Google is just not playing nice today.
Well, while you're trying to figure that out, you want to tell everybody what a product identifier is?
Sure. A product identifier is simply item specifics. Okay. I know that some people call them attributes, some people call them item specifics. eBay is now starting to call them, product identifiers. It's all the same thing though. So don't go getting all spooked thinking it's different different things. And basically, item specifics live just right above. Can you see my screen yet?
Yep. Now I have you. I picked you to. You're out on the screen for everybody to see.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So item specifics live right on top of your description, which is right here. And this right here is really important for Google Shopping because they get fed to Google Shopping, which is different from Google Organic Search, okay? You want to make sure that all of your items have, at the very least, all of the Google recommended attributes, which is brand, UPC, MPN, ISBN 13, ISBN 10, color, and size, okay? Now, not all of those are gonna, fit with your item, so just take the ones that fit and leave the rest. But at the very least, they should have, the Google ones. You can make your own, but, and this is a big but, make sure that you're formatting it correctly. Okay, I've seen a lot of sellers just start throwing stuff up there just to get information up there, but they're not formatting it correctly. So that information is going to be left out, and it's not really going to, it's going to harm you more than it's going to help you. So the way you want to think of a attribute is simple. How can you describe an item by placing, different values on it? So like for instance, year is an attribute of this coin that I have here, and then the value for year would be 1874. Another attribute of this coin would be the mint mark, which would be, the attribute would be called mint mark, and then your value would be, E. Let me give you, because I know not everybody does coins. Let me go into one that's more familiar with everybody else.
We used to have a TWA card set.
Let's see here. All right, let's go with this China thing over here. All right, so for this one, now collectibles, they're not required to have attributes, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't add them, okay? Like I said, at the very least, you should have all the required Google attributes. All right, what this is going to do is going to enhance your visibility of your item within Google Shopping and within eBay, okay? So for this, what is this? Gravy bowl, sugar bowl, you're going to put, the first one would be brand. The next one would be type. Your next attribute would be pattern, theme. These are all attributes that help describe the item. Then you have color, you have material, you have measurements, you have features. And think of anything that'll help you describe your item and word it. You want to make sure that you format it correctly. You want to use the right language, because if you use the wrong language, you might either be Google spamming Google with incorrect language, and you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that they're formatted correctly. Any questions so far?
We have one from Nose Picker, and he's referring to our guest that we had 2 weeks ago, Wesley Williams. It seemed that when asked, she did not know about what item specifics were, and then when showed, she said they were based on our seller profiles. Is this true, and are they really important?
Based on your seller profile? No, that's incorrect. Attributes have nothing to do with your seller profile at all. I'm not sure why she would say that. And attributes are very important. Like I said, they will get you into Google Shopping, help you enhance your visibility within Google Shopping, and help you within eBay's Cassini search. So yes, they are very important.
And we have a question from California Thrifting. Is it really necessary to repeat the attributes down in the description?
Um, the way I have it here, I do this for several reasons. Okay. The first one is Google Organic is going to crawl the first 250 characters of your description. So I put it on there so that they're crawling the most important information. The second reason I do it is because I want to make it easier for my buyers to find and read my listings without it being in a paragraph form. You know, if they just want to know what brand it is, their eyes lead right to where it says brand. If they just want to know the measurements, their eyes, get led to where measurements are, and they don't have to sit there and sift through a whole paragraph. I also do it like this for mobile. If you look at my items on mobile, my description comes out very nicely. There's no need to scroll up and down on your cell phones. There's no need to expand or shrink, because you can, as soon as you hit description, it comes out nicely. It's easy for the buyers to see.
Okay. I don't know if you have any of these items in your store, since I know you're using your store as an example.
Mm-hmm.
But what if an item doesn't have a product identifier for like a UPC code? Like you might get something that's doesn't have much that you can really use as identifiers.
Is it a vintage item?
Well, I'll use this as an example. I didn't list it yet, but I don't know if you want to switch, if you can still see what I'm showing.
All right, hold on. Go ahead.
I have a Grandpa's Farm corn husk dolls.
Okay.
Now, it does have a phone number, and it's in Nebraska, but
Show me the back of it.
that's the back right there.
Okay, so it's like a crafting thing.
Yeah.
Does it have any numbers, like a model number or something like that?
The only thing it says is, not unless it's in the paperwork, not on the front. The only thing it says on the front is Grandpa's Farm corn dusk dolls, and then it gives you the P.O. box and where they live in Nebraska and their phone number.
Okay, so on there you would use, type, which is, a doll, material, corn husk, I guess, brand, which would be the grandpa's, whatever it was that you said on there.
Grandpa's Farm.
Yeah. I mean, you just use what you have, If you can search online and find, if they have a UPC, or if they ever had a UPC, or if they've ever had a MPN number for it, then you can use that.
Yeah, I tried looking it up on eBay. I couldn't find anything even under that Grandpa's Farm name.
Yeah, it's probably some crafting thing that somebody just made up.
We have a question here from Turtle Trader. Is there a template for item specifics or attributes?
A template for it? No. You have to know what your category is to know which ones apply to you.
Okay,
or you can look it up you can search on Google and type in Google attributes, and it'll give you their page where it shows which ones are required for which categories.
Okay, and before I go on a little bit, what about the June 29th? What are your thoughts on their eBay saying it's going to be forcing the product identifiers, whereas now it's only optional?
I think it's a great thing, actually, because it's gonna enhance your item's visibility. So why would that be a bad thing? I mean, the whole purpose of you listing on eBay is to sell your items. So, telling sellers that they need this to get your stuff out there, because they're not just pushing your items to Google Shopping. They also push it out to Bing Products, Shopping.com. There's thousands of different comparison sites that eBay is pushing your items to, but in order to do that, they need the product identifiers, you know, to make sure that they get seen in those places.
Okay. Anything in the comments, Sean?
Nope, just updates on my wife. And California Thrifting says that when she starts singing, she has to, her son and her husband put earplugs in. Monet Court was saying, where did it go? It's a good guide to what you should try to use. So, yeah, all the stuff that we're talking about and everything.
Here, this is the site that I was talking about for the Google attributes. If you want to know which ones are required for your type of inventory, I just typed in Google attributes, and it's the first link on there. And if you scroll down right here, you're going to see, you know, non-apparel, shoes, sunglasses, other media, video game software, and it'll start telling you which attributes you need. But be aware that some of these are being sent by eBay already. So this top portion here, you don't need to worry about, okay? This right here, you don't need to worry about. The only ones that you need to worry about is brand, MPN, and UPC, the size and the color, the material, pattern, and that's it. Nothing else from here. That's why I don't like giving people this, because I don't want them to mess up their XML file by overwriting some of what eBay's already setting for you.
Okay. So, well, one of my next questions that I was going to have, and you kind of already covered it, was what are good product identifier words, right?
Yeah, like brand, UPC, MPN, ISBN 10, ISBN 13, color, size. You know, there's secondary attributes, which is type, features, pattern, and it just depends on your items.
Okay, so there's not really, unless you're not doing your research and finding out, there's no real bad identifiers unless you're using words that have nothing to do with what you're.
Right, and you don't want to keyword spam, so you want to make sure that you're formatting them correctly, because if you're not, then you know you're gonna end up hurting yourself.
And for the people that might be watching that are new or just learning this for the first time, what is the proper way to format it?
You really that's a good question. You really need to learn your products, and if you go up to the site that I showed you earlier, you'll start to know which attributes Google recognizes. Okay, you really need to learn how to speak Googleese. As long as you know what Google is asking for, you're gonna know just by looking at an item right away. But you gotta know your products.
Okay, we have a question from Phoenix Picker Janet. She's asking, so for clothing, do we use the RN numbers?
You can put the RN numbers.
Okay.
For some categories, eBay is already gonna prompt you for certain item specifics. You want to make sure that you fill those all out. If you don't have the information, don't leave it blank. Simply either input unknown or not applicable, but don't leave them blank.
Okay, so don't remove the ones that say remove.
Right.
All right. And now this is more for eBay, but I'm assuming Amazon has product identifiers as well.
Yes, but they put them in a different place.
Okay. Would you like to show where that is?
I don't have the resources to create a listing on Amazon, so I couldn't I just do merchant fulfilled. I don't do FBA.
Okay. Oh, Sean, actually, you can do that one if you wanted to. You do FBA.
Dude, I totally missed that because I was in the comments.
I
What was
asked
it?
on Amazon, and Gladys said that she doesn't do FBA yet, so she wouldn't have the area to go into Amazon for the product identifiers. But I know you
Oh,
can do FBA here and there, so if you wanted to.
yeah. Usually, I just use whatever happens to be up there. If you have to create a new product, then you have to go through. There's an area where you can put all kinds of keywords and other stuff throughout when you create a new product. So and you can also actually buy UPC codes and stuff too. So if you need to, if you're creating your own product like a bundle or something.
Okay, with that being said, Gladys, what about buying UPCs for on eBay? Like something that might have had a UPC, or you don't, you want to always have
You
that?
don't. You know what? If you have a coffee mug and it doesn't have a UPC, you don't need it. Just use what you have, because chances are the UPC that you're buying is not going to identify that mug. It's not the original UPC for
Yeah.
that mug.
The only time you really would buy it is, like I say, if you're creating a bundle to put on
Right.
Amazon
Right.
or
Right.
even
If you're
I
doing
mean,
a
you
private,
could use it on eBay. Yeah,
right. If you're doing
private
a
label, stuff like that.
stuff, then that's fine. But don't buy a UPC just to try and get a UPC up there, because it's
Yeah.
not going to be the original UPC to that item.
Okay. And what about now? I'm assuming there's a way of like the brand names are keywords, but so that like it's hard to word this question the right way. I'll just say are keywords product identifiers?
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you have a Ralph Lauren polo, then the brand, the attribute would be brand, and the keyword would be Ralph Lauren.
Okay. Well, the reason I was saying is we could after all those other ones, like certain ones that you may not know. I thought, like you were saying, don't leave them blank. I thought that there was maybe some other words that you can use in those areas to try getting it to get seen.
Yeah, don't make up stuff. Just if you don't have the answer, the correct value, just put unknown.
That kind of leads into my next question. The question from Beyond the Awakening. She said, "Oops, why shouldn't we leave them blank?"
Because then it goes to Google as incomplete.
And if it's incomplete, does it get kicked back to eBay or?
No, it doesn't get kicked back. It just makes you sink. So it's better to put unknown, and then that way Google can start seeing that, okay, this isn't, this doesn't matter for this type of item. It's just an indicator for Google to know that you have put all the information that you can.
So if it's blank, does it almost like confuse Google at all, or?
Yeah, because it's showing as an incomplete information.
Okay.
Okay.
We had Arm to Sell in the chat a minute ago. That was a pleasure to have him come by. Caesar's Palace is here as well.
Cool. Yeah, I see we have 35 viewers tonight so far. Not bad for considering I screwed up the first one. John, do you have any questions for Gladys?
I do not, unfortunately.
Phoenix Picker Janet has a question. She said, so will eBay hide the listings if the identifiers are not there? They can do it. In some instances, I've seen them withhold, that one item just so that the rest of your feed can get into Google Shopping. So that's why you want to make sure that your filling them out, but doing it the right way.
Okay, I also see a question from Texas Scout Chaser. She says, put unknown instead of removing, which is basically what I asked earlier. So.
Right, right. And in some categories, eBay will prompt you for unknown, and then in other categories, it prompts you for not applicable.
Okay. I see. We have. I have a couple of new people thanks to your popularity in Cindy's group. We have Carolyn Pritchett is in the chat,
Hi, Carolyn.
and okay. Text Scout asked it again. Put unknown instead of removing the identifier.
Yes, that is correct.
And by the way, Sean, I don't know if you noticed, Treasure Vintage is Angie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't
She
sure.
put that. She put that in the frog pond.
Okay. Well, any other product identifier advice you can give us?
Yep, I'm gonna share my screen again
Okay,
so
I'll
I can
have it all.
show you guys. All right, so can you see the screen now?
Yep.
All right, so this is eBay search, and I just put in red polo shirt. Okay, and of course you're gonna get all these different hits right here, but this is not what's important. What's important is what's on this sidebar, which is what eBay calls refined search. Okay, and the important aspect here is, you see where it says brand? You see all these different brands that are scrolling by?
Yep.
Right here? If you don't have brand as an attribute, because these are attributes right here. If you don't have brand, the brand filled out in the attributes, and the buyer says, well, you know what, I just want an Abercrombie one. What just happens? Everybody who doesn't have the brand Abercrombie and Fitch in their listings, and it's an Abercrombie and Fitch shirt, gets filtered completely out of this search. So now they're gone. Okay, let's say I wanted to do condition. If you don't have this set in your listing either, and let's say I just want it new and you put nothing, you just got filtered out of that search. So again, attributes are important for Google Shopping, but also within eBay, because if buyers are using this refined search, chances are you're getting filtered out. Okay, and so if your sales are lacking, that is why. Okay, that's you're going to take a big hit if the buyer is coming through the refined search looking for an item and you don't have item specifics. Okay, if we go over here to let me see, to Google Shopping. Come on, Google. Come on. Really? And I put in red polo shirt. Here's all the items that are coming up. But I want you to take a look over here on the left side of the refined search. You're going to see attributes. Again, there's the colors, there's department, whether it's boys, girls, men's, so that'll be gender, and within eBay, here comes the brands right here. Then there's, short sleeve, long sleeve, then here's the sizes. So again, if you're not filling them out, you're missing out on a lot of traffic within eBay and within Google Shopping. But again, it's not just Google Shopping, it's also Bing products and all those other hundreds of places that eBay's pushing your XML file out to.
Okay. Anything else in the comments, Sean?
Caesar's Palace wants to know how you would list a DVD of 50 Shades of Grey?
Okay, now first of all, I wouldn't list it because I'd keep that for my own personal collection. But seriously, the title, the UPC, obviously you're gonna need that. That's gonna be like the first one, major one. What else do you need for DVDs? Let me think. He's throwing me off here with 50 Shades. UPC, the title, the year.
What you need the star actor?
Excuse me.
The star actor.
Oh yeah, the stars and the actors, exactly.
He PM'd me. He's like, ask her, ask her.
Okay, we have another question from Oscar. How many items on average do you ship out each day?
That depends. You know, sometimes 10, 20. It depends on the day and how much I'm listing.
And we have another one from California, Thrifting. How long does it take for our listings to reach Google Shopping?
24 to 72 hours for it to get indexed.
Okay, now I'm sure you have experience in this. What about? And I think I've seen you post to people that do this. What about GTC? With
Good Till Canceled? Oh, yeah. I'm a fan of Good Till Canceled. If you're gonna list something, Good Till Canceled all the way. Don't mess with the whole 30 days and then you have to go in and relist it. Who has time for that? I don't. I have 1,500 items. I don't have time to sit there every day relisting stuff that ends. Just list it and let it do its thing. Just forget it. It'll help you on Google Shopping and all the comparison sites, because it doesn't have to dump the old listing and then that's like another 24 to 72 hours to dump the old stuff to then upload the new stuff, and that's another 24 to 72 hours. Whereas if you have it Good Till Canceled, the only time they dump it is when it sells. So you're not missing out on that exposure.
So at the 30 days, you're basically wasting 6 of them to get rid of the old.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So you're getting 24 days out of the whole month.
Yeah, and if you're doing Pinterest or Twitter or any kind of social media, then after 30 days you have to redo the URL, because now the URL is a different URL and all your social media links are all broken now. So really you're wasting your time.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so if you pin that red polo shirt and in 30 days from now you relisted it, you have to repin it again. Because now that URL is gonna go to eBay, but it's not gonna go to your eBay. It's gonna go to eBay's home front page.
Wow.
It's not gonna go back to your store.
Yeah, wow, that could be a huge.
So here's a tip, Toads. If you pin it and it's sold, instead of deleting it, go back into Pinterest and put in the URL to your store category. So that way, if somebody on Pinterest sees it and they click on it, it's taking them to your store, to that category.
Okay. Wow. That's like an epiphany all of a sudden.
See, Sean, that's why we have some of the smarter sellers on our show.
Yeah.
We have a question here from 01 Wolf. He's asking, how are the items behind you organized?
In boxes.
But there's a lot of people that aren't organized, so getting that tip might help them too.
It's a simple method, actually. I just numbered all the boxes 1 through 40, whatever it is, 48 I think, and I use eBay's custom label field. So when I list something, I'll go into the, when it sells, then you know, it'll tell me this item sold and it's in box, you know, 21 or 25 or whatever, and then I just go in there and I grab it and pack it and it's on its way.
Okay.
Do you guys know where the custom label field is on eBay? Because I can show you that.
Well, why don't you show for people, somebody that
Okay.
might catch this later on and doesn't
All right.
might be brand new to some.
All right.
It might change by the time they see this.
Yeah, right. That's true. All right. Let me, come on, catch up, eBay.
And while you're doing that, you can maybe if you want to give out your user ID, because we have a question from Thrifty Treasures asking what is your eBay user ID.
Sure. It's antiques underscore the letter R and the word great.
There you go, Thrifty.
All right, so here's an item that I sold, and here's the custom label field, and it tells me that it's in box 21. So all I have to do is walk over to box 21, grab it, and pack it. Simple.
Wow.
And no more lost items, no more having to, you know, go through 10,000 boxes trying to find it. I know exactly where it is. This one is in box 10. This one is in the trade card binders, and it's card number 120. I just flip over to the hundreds and look for 120.
Okay, and if I remember right, that's an area on the listing themselves that you can, when you're making a listing, to.
Once you make the listing, do I have anything in drafts? Let me see. No, I don't. Once you make the listing, let me see. Hold on. Maybe we can cheat here and create one just. Let me see.
Red folder. There you go. Why don't you stick with the same?
Why not, right? If it works. Let's go men's clothing. All right. Well, just gonna pretend that that's men's clothing there. Condition. See this right here? You want to make sure that you're putting in the correct, you know, condition, and don't leave it blank, because leaving it blank is not helping you. If they're gonna check through eBay's refined search or through Google. Okay, so this right here, you need to make sure that you are inputting whatever information it is. So let's say it's pre-owned. Now I gotta find a photo because it's not gonna let me do it without a photo. Okay, let's see. Let's pretend this is a red polo. Come on. All right, so here's all your items. Okay, for clothing, you don't need a UPC. If you have it, that's fine that you put it, but it's not required for clothing. Let's say style. Let's say Western size, regular. Length, sleeveless, double XL material. Yeah, let's say cashmere. What the hell? This is gonna be one ugly polo.
Well, I actually think it's only gonna be a draft.
Yeah. Come on. Man, higher price now.
Everybody wants to go out, Sean.
Yep.
Alright. So good till canceled. Yeah, that's fine. Continue.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Alright, so now I just finalized it. And you see right here where it says track my eBay? You want to click on that. As soon as eBay catches up, it's going to take you to this page, okay? And then you can look it up. I have asked eBay to put it inside of the description so that it's easier than having to do it like this.
Okay.
But so far they've done it, but only if you're doing it through what is it, through the bulk editor.
Ah.
Let's see, come on, right below. There it is. So then you just come right here, and let's say I want to put it in box 21. Save it, and that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
now when it sells, it'll tell me, you know, that it's sold, and then it's in box 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can delete that listing, end that listing, so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, I know, right? Go do that right now.
We have a couple more questions. Key Web Company, Webco.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Key Webco asks, do you use any inventory software with your 1500?
No, I don't. Just the custom label field, that's it.
Okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to help Joe on this question. Joe Panico asks, I have asked in other chats, but no one knew the answer. I have a 2010 designer wedding dress, new with tags, but have had no luck selling it for a reasonable price. Any help or ideas?
I'd have to see the listing. You'd have to send me the link to the listing. You can send it to me on Facebook.
There you go, Joe. And like I said, Gladys is part of Cindy
Sorley's group and the eBay Stores, Nothing But eBay Stores group.
And we have a question from Carolyn Pritchett. She says, Gladys, can you address marking an item new with tags with the NWT?
As in the title?
I think that's what she's meaning. She calculates the NWT at the end of her question.
Carol, can you verify whether that's the title or what you're talking about, sweetie?
Okay. And apparently Caesar's still being a bad boy with you.
Caesar, stop. Do I have an antique booth? No, I do not. With these treasures, I don't have an antique booth.
She just meant new with. She says I meant new without tags.
I'm still not following what the question is.
I think she might be talking about if you're trying to do the product identifiers with without tags.
For the attributes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. If you're doing, in some categories, I've noticed this in jewelry and sometimes in clothing. There's different categories within the clothing that this will happen to. What she's talking about is when that area where you put in, your items condition. Sometimes what happens is if you put items, new without tag, it'll go to Google as used. So you want to make sure that that you're aware of that, okay? Like if I had a shirt that was new without tags, I would just put it in as used, because it's going to go to Google as used anyway, because it doesn't have any tags. Google is only going to Google only recognizes new, used, or refurbished for the item's condition. It does not recognize new without tags.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what she said. You had talked about listing without new without tag. So
Yeah,
I
I
guess
just
that's
I
what,
just realized what she was talking about.
yeah. Well, while we're waiting for any more questions from the viewers, I know you've said you before the show. You told me you caught a couple of our shows. That last week was the first week I saw you actually leave a comment. Do you have any questions for us?
How long have you been selling? I don't know. I don't know your story.
Well, I started trying to sell in 2005, and I
Okay.
say try because, as most of the viewers may know, I'm on this bill. I have SSI,
Okay.
but I'm trying to get off it. But everything everyone has their own story, so I'm not really gonna go into that much. But we've been trying to do selling since 2005. So I'm come this June, I'll actually be 10 years I've been on eBay.
Oh, okay. Nice. What about you, Putold?
Seriously, about 4 years, a little over 4 years, I've been selling. I did sell a little back in '99. Actually, sold a couple items, um, and bought more than I sold. But yeah, back when you could sell a toothpick, used toothpick. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Cool.
I also into FBA a little bit too. So
Nice. Thrifty Treasures has a question. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes. Here, I'll say hi again.
And
This one is gonna be Just Ask Gladys. YouTube channel is gonna be for educational videos that I'm gonna be making. So if you want to subscribe to it, and when I start uploading videos, you guys will get the notifications of it.
and to answer Joe Panico's question to me, I will try my best to put some links to Gladys' info in the description below. I wasn't sure exactly what was gonna be needed to put in, so that's why I had to do the comments in the chat so you guys can subscribe to her that way. But you can find her on Facebook under her real name, Gladys Ramos, and
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be glad to answer some questions.
Yep. I also have Just Ask Gladys Facebook page, business page. There's nothing in it yet. As I said, I'm working on getting started on doing store reviews for sellers and coaching classes.
Okay. And you also had the eBay stores, only eBay stores group that you're in, right?
Right.
And the other groups that you're in that we may not know about, 'cause I know you're in the Reseller Society.
Oh my God. The
You're
list goes
in,
on. I'm chances are I'm in any group you
mentioned.
mentioned. Yeah.
Well, actually, I know one group that you're not in yet. And it's not reselling well, it's reselling related, but it's not for questions. My
Right.
USA $10 or more group for sale.
you're not in the frog pond yet, are you?
Oh wait,
You should
hold
be in the
on.
frog pond.
What's the frog pond?
It's
That's
just another group. It's my group.
that's Chad's. Yeah, Chad. Boy,
You just had to go find one that I wasn't in, right?
Yep.
that's Sean's group.
Yeah.
Frog pond. That's the first time I heard of it. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, there's only like 70 people in it. Your website is just askgladys.com, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oscar was asking.
The frog pond bar? No, that
No.
can't be it.
I think it's just the Frog Pond.
Yeah.
Not finding it.
Huh. That could be why I only have a few people.
Let's see. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, send me the link.
I'll do better than that. I'll just add you.
Oh, okay. Even better.
While I'm doing that, Sean, anything else in the comments that
Angie was saying she's gonna have to watch this again to digest everything. She's learning a lot. Thank you, Gladys, Chris, and Sean.
Well, glad you're learning something. I'm sorry again. I'm gonna apologize for the mess up in the first episode half, or I don't even call it a half.
2 minutes, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, 6 minutes. Who's counting?
Yeah.
And just to let everybody know, next week we are having Golden Finger Picker, and I'm hoping his queen will be in with us. I will be starting a key web company. Couldn't find your FogCon either, Sean.
Yeah, I'm looking. Let's see what I have on there.
And I see a question from Oscar. He's asking, Gladys, can I PM you about your website?
Yeah, I just saw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And everybody, please hit the like button tonight. I know I screwed up the first one, but if there's...
You're welcome, nose picker.
Any other questions, Sean?
Okay, should I do it on Facebook or YouTube from Oscar?
Either one.
Carolyn says, bravo, Gladys, well done.
Oh, thank you, Karen.
I put the link to the frog pond in there.
Yeah, and Dave's doing his Who is Gladys?
Yeah.
David. Bite me, David.
And I hope I do get some more subscribers. I know I put this in Cindy's group, and I don't normally post there. Well, I try to when I have questions, but I usually comment on most comments. But I asked Cindy ahead of time to post this because I knew Gladys is a big part of that group, and I knew a lot of you people would want to see us. So if you don't mind subscribing, if you like what you're seeing, besides the first little hiccup.
Don't worry about it. Don't focus. Focus on the positive. Focus on the positive.
Well, the positives were at almost 40 viewers tonight.
See? There you go.
See?
So, let's see. I think everybody's thinking we're heading, but we still got another 14 minutes, people. So if you got any more questions, please get them in.
Wow. Bring them. Bring the questions.
And while we're waiting, do you have any more questions for us, Gladys?
Do either of you have a eBay store?
I do. Well, we both do. Mine's under. Well, if you want to go directly to my store, it's mnsmall.com.
Uh-huh. Is it
.net, sorry, .net. The .com goes to my Bonanza booth.
Okay. So here's a question for you. Is your eBay store optimized for the search engines?
As best as I can tell.
I tried. I didn't do all of my categories yet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to share your store on here so I could take a look at it.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done.
I know I got a lot of work to do too. So. Anyway, I'll share it with you after. You saw some of our stores when we did the links with 2 weeks ago when you were.
Yeah, but I didn't see the whole store. I just saw some of the items.
Yeah, there wasn't a. We didn't dig into it.
Right.
Well.
You gotta get them optimized, guys.
Can you tell us more about the type of coaching?
Place it when you're not there, and you can give me tips through Facebook or something.
Okay.
Can you tell us more about the type of coaching and store reviews they're going to be doing?
Basically, I get approached by sellers all the time, asking me to critique their stores. So, there's only so much you can really do on Facebook, and there's only so much time. in the day when you have, you know, all these people coming at you left and right. So I decided to, okay, you know, I'm gonna start doing, you know, paid reviews and really start helping these sellers, because I see a lot of sellers struggling. And the one thing that I notice that's the most common is that sellers have a store, but they don't know how to utilize it correctly. You know, that's why I was asking you guys if you guys have optimized stores, because a lot of sellers don't even know what that means or how to do it, or how, you know, and if they have an inkling on what they should be doing, it's still not done
Yeah, that's not
as
correct.
well as it could be, you know, for the search engines, you know, because Google crawls your entire store, whether you have the old store format or you have the new store format, you know, it's crawling. And for the old store format, there's different things that you can do within your store to get it to crawl more of the pages. So it's just something that, you know, I really want to help sellers learn to understand how to use their stores right. The coaching, you know, some of the stuff that I cover in the store review, some sellers that have been selling a long time will be able to grasp it, you know, and take what I tell them and run with it. Other sellers will need more of a one-on-one, so that's where the coaching comes in. You know, so I'll do the store review for them, and then we'll do, you know, every 2 weeks or whatever, you know, a coaching call for an hour, you know, and I give them a set instructions on what they need to work on and focus on, and help them grow their business. You know, I've done quite a few of these already, and I haven't had a complaint yet. They've actually, you know, I've received emails from people thanking me because now they've made more money than they've had, you know, before in the past. You know, their sales have grown. Their store reports are telling them, you know, that their Google percentage has, you know, risen 30, 40, 50%. You know, so they're starting to see those sales every day. And so yeah, that's basically what it's going to be. It's helping sellers take what they already have and making it better and helping them achieve a greater goal.
That'd be cool, because I average about one a day now, so.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a question here from Thrifty Treasures. She asks, how did you get started selling on eBay?
You know, I started for pocket change, really. I had lost my job, and I just did it just to, like, have, you know, spending money while I was looking for another job. My fiance got sick and had to have open heart surgery, and then we were told that he could never work again. So we ended up moving to North Carolina so that his parents could help me, you know, care for him and care for our 2-year-old and my oldest. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2009, just a few months after we got there. And I already knew I could make money on eBay. I just had to go in all hard and just implement everything that I was learning. And I've been full-time ever since. You know, I'm able to pay my rent and all my bills and put food on the table, being a single mom.
I said we should have had you on our, well, no, we had a good guest on our Mother's Day episode, so I can't complain. But we have another question. The Modern Hustler asks, I'm about to get a store. Right now I only sell as an individual. What are some of the most important things I should know when starting my store?
Store categories. Store categories. I cannot tell you how important store categories are. Store categories and subcategories.
I started doing that. I had store categories, and then I tried doing the subcategories, and I started to get confused. I went back to the basic store categories.
Caesar. Woo, he's being bad today.
When is he not?
We have another question here from Beyond the Yawning. Which store format do you use, Gladys, and why?
I use the new store format because I like the bigger pictures and the less clutter.
Okay.
It's less clutter than the old store format. And it gives you the big gallery pictures.
All right, we have a question here from AZT0109. When someone purchases an item on from you, have you ever happened to not find the item or don't know where you place it at?
Before I set up my system, yes. After I set up my system, I've never lost anything. But before I had this system, yes, of course.
Okay, and Thrifty Treasures asks, what do you charge for a review of your store, of a store?
A store review on its own is $75.
Okay. And Joe
But
Fanico,
it's a complete store review. From the back end all the way to the front.
okay. Joe Panico asks, I see some computer stores that have custom options which adjust the final price. I assume this is done in HTML. Is this correct? And have you seen any like these?
I don't know what he's referring to.
I don't have an idea. If you can explain it, Joe, it would be appreciated.
He also said build your own system basically from the base listing. But I don't know what either.
Apparently, Carolyn wants you to read Caesar's last post.
I think that's what she read. That's why she was giggling.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the comments now.
Yeah.
Key Web Company asks, is there a way to get a web URL, web URL, without a web store place web store for your eBay store?
Is there a way to get a web URL without a web store place web store for your eBay store? Roger, come again?
I think if I'm thinking it right, I'm thinking like all those web store like the Shopify's and stuff like that. The only URL I ever got is through GoDaddy. I went through there and got my URL and linked it right to eBay. So I don't know if any other web store sites that you can.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand his question. Gladys and I should team up for SEO experts. Sure, Caesar.
Key Web Co says the web store front. Still not understanding.
Yeah, still I don't get it either.
He said the app you hate.
App you hate. There's a lot of apps I hate.
Well, apparently this person knows you well enough to know what apps you hate.
Yeah.
And Tanya, aka Thrifty Treasures, asks, what do you want to do with the URL?
I think she's talking to Roger.
Yeah, she's
talking
Web.
Yeah, I think she is too. Oh, I think, well, Sassy Savings, if Roger is Key Web Co, said you can direct a URL to your eBay store. So
maybe she understands what he's talking about. Sorry, Roger. I love you.
Gladys, you mind staying a little extra tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm only asking
Absolutely.
because we did have that little snafu at the beginning, so I wanted to give
Yeah,
your
no problem.
okay with you, Sean?
Yeah.
In case there any more last minute questions that
Come
uh
on, people. Now's your chance to ask me what you need. What you need, what you need.
They're
everybody else,
getting it all figured
everybody
out.
understand what they're asking. So
It's the web store front app that you pay for. I don't pay for any apps, Roger, so I'm still not following.
I'm not really following either. So if there are any other questions for Gladys or about the topic?
I
Uh,
won't forget Oscar.
Yep,
uh,
Sassy Saban's trying to answer.
okay, Joe says he's seeing what they're talking about. That's what prompted the question.
What do you
Okay,
think of
we have
Facebook?
a question here from Janet, Phoenix Clicker. She asks, what do you think of the Facebook up and coming buy button?
I think it's a great thing, you know. If you have the time to, to sit there and post your links, inside of a, Facebook group, to make ends meet, go for it. I actually I'm pretty excited about it, because that's just another venue for us to be able to sell and do fast flips.
Robin Levin asks, what is the first thing you would suggest for revamping old listings?
Revamping, well, that depends on the old listing. Does it have a template? Is it, full of HTML? When I create a listing, I keep, several things in mind. I make sure that it's Google Organic friendly, Google Shopping friendly, mobile friendly, and Cassini friendly. Okay, I work hard to create my listings, so I want to make sure that I'm hitting the mark on all four of those areas because I want that enhanced visibility. I don't want to just depend on eBay for my traffic. I want to make sure that organic search is picking me up and people can find me there. I want to make sure that people can find me, on Google Shopping and all those comparison sites. I want to make sure that people on mobile can find my item, and navigate it without having to do all that scrolling up and down and stuff. And people who are using, eBay's refined search can find me as well.
Okay, we also have a question from Joe, and I don't know who else asked it, but I'll ask it to you. Would you be interested in being on again in another date?
Will I be what?
Would you like to be on the art show again on another date?
Absolutely.
They're asking when you're going to be on again.
Whenever I'm invited back.
Well, there you go, folks. So we'll keep an eye out. And let's see. Somebody, Thrifty Treasures, Tanya asks, yes, you have great picks on eBay. What do you use?
This little rinky-dink, what is this? Nikon Coolpix. Because my big camera died on me, and I haven't replaced it yet.
And Sean, I'm sorry I'm taking your job from you, but I'm seeing questions too.
Go for it.
We had another one
I'm
from
talking
Modern.
to Caesar anyway.
Got another one from Modern Hustler. He had a return, or she had a return, and then the lady changed her mind. Do I need to do anything or wait it out if she no longer wants to take action on the return she filed.
Oh, have you emailed her? That would be my first step, is to email her to make sure that they still want it or don't want it.
Yeah, 'cause if they did a return, isn't that automatically a defect?
Yeah,
Even if she decides to keep it?
yeah. I mean, she can try and call eBay and fight it.
They figured it out.
Oh, yep. Let's see. And anything else? Yeah, they're still helping Webco with his.
This problem.
Yep.
Oh.
Like I said, next week we are having the Golden Finger Picker. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, Joe Panico has a question. It says, Gladys, are you connecting your eBay store in Google through Webmaster Tools? No, Joe, it's not necessary because eBay's doing it for you. A lot of eBay store owners don't know that. eBay's submitting your stuff to Google Shopping, Bing Products, and all those other comparison sites. So there's nothing that you need to do. The only thing you need to do is list every day and make sure you're adding those correct attributes.
Okay, as I was saying, we're gonna have Golden Finger Picker next Friday night. Friday night, Sunday night. Boy, where am I getting Friday from? We and I'm hoping that his queen will be with him. And I have no. Do we have anything set for the 14th? 8th? Or no?
No. Nothing. Nothing for the 14th, 21st, or the 28th.
Okay, well, I will say this much. I did a post in the Reseller Society, and if you want to leave comments here, after the show ends, and it's posted, it'd be appreciated if who you want to see or topics that you want to have covered. We all know you want to see Gladys back. So.
California Thrifting, I'm not sure who you were talking to. When did they start that? eBay, question mark. Is that for me or is that for somebody in the chat?
He might be asking. She might be asking about the Joe Panico question.
For Google, they've been doing that. I started in 2007 and they were doing it then. I don't know exactly when they started, but it's been quite a while.
Okay, I guess Roger, who is KeyWeb, says he uses .us. And she said California.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that eBay does, for you in terms of advertising. But they can only do so much. You have to put in the work yourself too. There's only so much information that you can input, and just make sure you're doing it correctly, and your stuff will get seen, throughout all those other comparison sites. Because there's a lot of them. Trust me. A lot of them.
Yeah, I know with Bonanza they have all those ads that you got.
The attributes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bing,
yeah, but on Bonanza you have to pay to be on Google Shopping and Bing. On eBay it's part of your store fee.
Yeah, you have to pay Bonanza to be on eBay.
Right.
Yeah, they say
push
it to eBay. It's like, wait, push your items to eBay, but pay us to advertise it.
Right.
So I double stand. Well, I don't know how it be because you go. I did do it. I had items on eBay, had them on Bonanza, and then if I forgot to relist them on eBay, after a while I ended up pushing them through Bonanza back onto eBay. So like if you do it the right way, you can have it 4 times on the same thing. You gotta be careful what you do there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. Any other questions? I'm not seeing any right now.
Mm.
Well, then, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Gladys for being on again tonight, especially when it was more of a last minute request last week.
That's okay.
So I look forward to having you on again.
I look forward to being on again. It was
You have,
fun.
you have
It was
anything
fun.
else?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Sean.
Oh, I was just saying it was fun. Good show.
Anything else you want to get out, Gladys, about your services or whatever before we?
Yeah, like I said, I'm doing the store reviews and the coaching classes. The store reviews alone is $75. You will get a complete store review from the back end to the front end of your store, and that comes, with an hour of questions and answers via a Google Hangout or Skype meeting, whichever one you prefer. Um, so we can go through each, area of your store and your listings. I guarantee you're not going to find anything like what I'm doing out there for this price. I really, my whole intention is for you to succeed, to sell more. That's always been my thing. That's why I spend, a great deal of time, in all the Facebook groups, answering questions when it comes to SEO, and social media, because SEO doesn't just stop in your store and your listings. Okay, you can use that, and you need that for your Pinterest pages and your tweets and your Facebook posts and any kind of social media that you're doing. You need SEO, and you need to learn how to do that. Caesar, I'm gonna charge you triple.
Actually,
So
he should. Yeah, never mind.
yeah, so SEO doesn't just stop on eBay or with your listing or your store. It goes beyond that. You can do SEO on Etsy, Bonanza, Amazon, um, all the marketplaces. If you want to be found anywhere online, you really need to learn about SEO and how to take it from one venue to the next, to the next, to the next, so that your items are getting crawled and indexed by Google and Google Shopping and all those other comparison sites.
Well, why don't I just do this on the air, Gladys? You want
Sure.
me on it the 14th and for cover SEO? Since you're already getting fired up and talking about it.
Sure, June 14th. Let me check my calendar. Hold on. Before I say yes.
Well, I'm noticing something about Gladys here that when she gets into a certain topic or subject, she starts giving out good information. I don't want to cut it off.
Right.
I don't want to keep everybody here on a Sunday night when they got work to do in the morning. Whether it be hour work or what they others call a real job.
The job just over broke.
I'm open June 14th, so that's cool.
All right. Oh, there we go. Now everybody knows what's coming on the 14th.
Now I wrote that in pen, so no backing out.
I wrote it in pencil.
Oh, good thing you said yes because Carolyn Pritchard said, "Say yes."
I said yes, Carolyn. I said yes.
Say yes to the dress. Oh no, no.
And like I said before, if there's anybody or any topics that you guys wish to see, get a hold of us on Facebook. I did do a post in the Reseller Society it helps us help you guys learn what you need to learn.
Exactly.
So I want to thank everybody again tonight. Sean, you want to say anything before?
For those of you who know, these are my wife's headsets. I don't know if I'll be doing a Toadcast yet or not. For a little while, so we'll see. Because she's not using them tonight is the only reason I'm able to use them. So.
Well, then we'll see what we have next week because we know you have headset issues. So.
Yeah.
What is? I'm just gonna say both.
All right. Well, I'll let you go, and we will see you
on the 14th.
Yep.
Okay.
I will see you.
Well, thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on. It was fun.
Thanks for being on.
All right.